sometimes we're so caught up and preoccupied with our extremely busy lives and schedules that, you know, we can not be so aware of it. And I think this is, for me, it's been a really, I think that's the biggest takeaway I take so far from this time is how much more we can really do, I think, in our position to help others and to create awareness to things and to projects and people that really matter.
I 100% agree. And one of my favorite things, if someone could possibly say favorite, but one good thing that has come out of this pandemic is I met you through a really dear friend of mine, Anjula, who I know is also friends with you. And she's Priyanka's manager and works closely with Priyanka. And she, you know, lovingly connected us, and being able to make friends with someone on the other side of the world, because we're both passionate about doing something in a predicament like this and being active, and just getting to know you and getting to be active together has been so inspiring for me, just getting to know you in that way. And what I love about every conversation we've had is about how focused you are on supporting your local community and really focusing on what's going on for you. So I commend you for that, and inspires me watching you focus so much on your own community. It makes me think so much more about my community. So I appreciate you for everything that you're doing in India today.
Thank you so much. But for everyone who might not be aware here at home in India, I just wanted to kind of talk a little bit about the incredible work that you've done with the Beauty United. And I think that, I mean, I've seen you kind of, you know, work through this, and we've been talking throughout the whole, from the inception to the incredible campaign you launched. I can see the incredible amount of work that it takes. Like I know how many hours you're dedicating to it, and how much of your time is you're completely consumed by. But I think it's incredible. I think there is it some $8 million US that Beauty United has raised so far. And what's beautiful about it is you've kind of got this community of beauty owners to come together and give their support in this incredible time of need. So I mean, that's also been an incredible learning for me, as well, as to what we can do as in the beauty industry. You know, sometimes you can feel, okay, I don't have a direct connection to what is going on here. I'm not a frontline worker. I'm not in the healthcare field, but you know, there are still ways that we can contribute. There are still ways that it might be in a small way, but every counts. You know, at a time like this, every little counts. Like the first thing for me stopped and did was see, what can I do for the K-beauty community? What can we do to kind of keep everyone together, let everyone know that we're here, we've not just abandoned you, and what can we do to help at this time? What information can we share that might be useful? What kind of support can we give at this time?
And so one of the things that I love that you've been doing is hosting a weekly sort of education curriculum, self-care with Kay. And I think taking care of ourselves is so important, whether that be food or diet or meditation. And so tell us a little bit about what you're doing on a weekly basis and what inspired you to start that.
So I think it first came from something one step before. So from the inception of K-Beauty, which is the beauty brand which I launched with my incredible partners Nika last year, it's always been about putting women first. It was something that we launched because we felt that there was a gap in the market which we wanted to fill, and I also wanted to have a voice about my experience with makeup and in the beauty industry as an actress over the last, you know, few years that I've been working now. It's been a fairly long time. Makeup is a very personal thing to me, and I felt that I just wanted a sense of freedom to come into the way that we were conversing about makeup and, you know, and beauty in general, you know, and that was something which was really passionate to me. So right from our campaign, which was all about, you know, it's okay to be you, however you are, we're all beautiful. We're not mistakes. You know, God didn't make a mistake with any one of us, and we have to celebrate who we are. And that's kind of what has been at the heart of our company since the beginning. And I just wanted to know and to see how we can, you know, maintain that through this time. if it's all about us as a community and the K-beauty family, how can we be of support during this time to everyone? And how can we share information, share inspiring tips, share something educational, maybe just share something which will just take your mind off the stresses for a few hours in the day. And what I found was really helpful during this time for me was small things, small recommendations. It could be a book, it could be a meditation practice, it could be something I saw on someone's Instagram handle about a certain ginger recipe, which you put in hot water, which is an immunity booster, which made me feel good about, okay, I'm doing something for my immunity. So I kind of thought it would be a nice idea to start, a weekly property called Self-Care. And what we do is we invite speakers and, holistic wellness professionals from all around the world and from the incredible talent that we have here at home in India to speak and share with us their insight on different topics. So one week we could do something about mental health. One week we could be doing something about immunity boosting diet tips. One week we could be doing something about DIY home skincare. One week we could be doing a fun makeover. So we try and balance it between maybe something which is a more serious topic as well as some light fun topics as well.
I agree. I think everyone needs a blend of education, but also some fun, because the news is very serious and the energy is quite serious. So I think it's such an amazing thing. How is the K team doing? Like, how is your team doing? And how is everything going on with how you're thinking about things for the brand over the next few months?
Right from my incredible partners to all the incredible women who work together for K Beauty, they are such an inspiration to me, and that's actually why I partnered up with one lady. Her name is Falguni Nair. She's the creator of Nykaa. She's been such a game changer for women and the voice of beauty in India. She really has been. And the first thing when I got the lockdown hit, which meant that our warehouses were shut, our sales were shut, her entire online distribution website was shut. That meant absolutely zero income. The first thing that was at the top of everyone's mind was retaining all the employees and protecting everyone during this time, and keeping her family, her team together and protected. And everyone, the way that they've been from home on Zoom calls, so excited and trying their best to contribute at this time to hold everything together. We are a new company. We've only been like a year, so we're in a very nascent kind of place, and we just kind of started out. And of course, we have to protect it, and it's a new baby. We have to protect it, and everyone has come together so beautifully with so many ideas, and I think it's been a really, really wonderful time, and I think it's only going to make our K-beauty community stronger and the entire family stronger, that when we all come out the other end of this, with our heads above water, and you see how we all kind of, stay together.
I think this situation for sure, if possible, sometimes makes us all stronger. And I know you have been passionate about staying active during COVID-19. I know that there's sort of, talk us through some of the things that you've been involved with and some of the things that you've been doing. I've read a lot, but I'd love to hear it from you, sort of where your passion lies in staying active on the COVID-19 front for you.
So for me, it's really been a balance of kind of 3 or 4 buckets, which I would describe it as. The first thing was, of course, making sure that that everyone at K Beauty and the K Beauty community we were looking after each other. And so that involves a certain amount of work in the day. I would say that each day a few hours go into those calls, the group, our entire staff calls, to see how we can take it forward and to see what more we can do. Then there's, of course, a certain time I dedicate to reading my scripts, to reading film scripts, which are still coming, different material, which people are interested in putting into development on some of the OTT platforms. So there's that kind of time I allocate to the day. And then we kind of every day or every alternate day, we go through the different requests we have had to maybe gain awareness for a particular topic right now that someone wants to highlight. So it could be domestic violence. Recently, Zoya Akhtar, who's one of our leading film directors here and a dear friend of mine, she kind of brought me in to gain awareness on her campaign for domestic violence and violence against women during this time. We at K Beauty also have something called Care Initiative, which we have launched along with the inception of our brand. But right now we re-partnered with an incredible team called the Heart Foundation, and that's led by one powerhouse. Her name is Vrundan, and she's tirelessly working right now during this time. And let me tell you, when I speak to her, it's tireless work. It's literally going from place to place to get permissions to deliver the necessities, the basic sanitation necessities, the basic food supplies as a kind of care package to a district outside of Mumbai, for those who don't know too much about the locality, where the daily wage earners are not being able to support their families and are not being able to just have the basics that you require, whether it's food, sanitization supplies, sanitary supplies. So they are actually going house to house and delivering these care packets of ration, of food ration, of sanitary supplies, of cleaning supplies, and going house to house. And when we spoke, she told me like they had only covered a certain amount so far, and I was like, oh, why is that seeming to go a little slow? And she was like, because cars don't reach to the houses. You have to walk to get out of there. It's that rural. So the work that they're doing has been really inspiring. And I think we're just incredibly fortunate that we are able to just partner and be part of the blessings, I think, that they are sharing with people. So that's one thing which we've been trying to kind of keep going, keep alive, raising funds. We're also raising funds for that because it's an ongoing need. It's not a kind of a one-time thing. It's something which is ongoing. So we've been doing that with Dehat. There's been we're just trying to constantly see as the situation keeps changing, because it's changing day to day and the needs are changing day to day.
And so one of the things that I read was that that they're also giving fabric to women so that they can cut it into masks and sell them. And so I think one of the things that I really admire about you is that we both share passion for your self-made woman, women who, it's important for women to be able to support themselves financially. There's so many complicated situations in our lives that we are faced with as women. The domestic abuse, I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people are nervous to talk about that issue, but it's really like something I think about every night before I go to sleep. And so can you tell us a little bit, because I was so inspired by not just giving people something, but giving them the ability to earn and make a living.
So that is something which I think Vrundan, who is the founder of Dehat, she has always supported that thought process, which is enable people. Don't just do a one time or a few times handout. Enable people that they can sustain it. So how they actually first started out, she kind of saw a gap where there were a lot of kids who were being taken out of school, who were from families who were single parents, so they didn't have a father providing at home, and a lot of the girls would be taken out of school to help basically keep up or keep the earnings that were coming into the household higher. So when she felt that, listen, if I can enable the mothers to earn higher, they will be encouraged to keep their kids in school. And what she did was she found a process to teach them where out of newspapers they create pencils and they sell them. So what we actually do on K Beauty is there's a certain tie-up that we have, that we take a certain stock that they have and we give these the hot pencils with the purchases that people make. So that's actually kind of how she has started. She's trying to empower people to kind of take it forward so that you're helping on a long-term basis. It's not just short-term. In terms of the fabric, as you said, it's also, yes, to be able to make the masks and sell them, but also just because they needed the masks. And that was also very important at this time to keep safe.
Yes, huge. And I would imagine so much of what you do is inspired by your mom, who seems like she's done a lifetime of work as, I think it's such a blessing in life to have a strong mother. My mom is mostly only ever interested in what I'm doing for someone else and very rarely interested in what I do for myself. She's constantly asking me who I'm helping, what I'm doing, and that she always wants me to know that there's something more than just being successful. And it sounds like your mom is similar in that sense. And she has a